Hey guys, welcome to another Lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try this Boomerang's mac and cheese. It's macaroni and cheese in a puff pastry, which sounds wonderful. I've never had macaroni and cheese in a pastry before. Kind of looks like a pot pie almost. It says real cheese, mate. No artificial preservatives or flavors. Great for kids and adults. 10 grams of protein, 480 calories or 2 grams of sugar. It is 6 ounces or 170 grams for the whole meal. We bought these at Kroger. They were $3.50, but it's a little high for what you get. But I mean, I don't know, it should be pretty filling. 480 calories, and there's your other information for you. So you can do this in the oven if you'd like. There's the oven directions. If you'd like to take your oven and bake this thing for 25 to 30 minutes, feel free. But it'll probably be crispier, honestly, in the oven. But we're going to do the microwave, of course. This is a frozen meal. So you open the side flap for ventilation, leave Boomerang in the heating tray, and place the microwave box. Yeah, so you just keep everything in this box. From frozen, heat in the microwave for 3 to 3.5 minutes, and it doesn't give you any other directions, so it has to be frozen. Let cool for 5 minutes before enjoying. Increase or decrease time based on your wattage. So, yeah, pull tab. And I think it's just in here. Yeah. In there. So, and see, it's got if you have pot pies before, you know, it's got the little crisping tray, the crisping thing on the top of it. That's what that's for. So I'm gonna get this in the microwave for probably 3:15 or so, and I'll be back. Okay, not a lot to look at just yet, but I wanted to pour it out of the, I always put it on a paper plate just in case anything runs out. You just never know. So there it is. And I'm gonna poke it to let some of the steam out, but also let you see what's inside here. Yeah, you can kind of see the macaroni. There's not a ton of it in there, but there is some in there. So I'm going to probably break this up into more bite-sized pieces. I know you could probably pick this up and eat it like a hand pie, like a Hot Pocket kind of, but I don't trust myself to eat melty cheese like that. So I'm going to probably cut it into pieces like this and deal with it. So anyway, I will break this up and then I'll let this cool off for just a minute and I'll be back. All right, didn't give it much time to cool off. I did break it up a little bit more. It's really hard to break it up because the middle part, the macaroni and cheese part, is there's not a lot of it. It's in there, but it's not a ton of it. So I really had to work to try to get some of the actual macaroni and cheese out to where I could actually taste it. So here's some. It's got the crust and then some macaroni and cheese on it. I like a good pastry. This is not, I keep saying it looks like a pot pie. It's a different kind of crust than a pot pie, so I shouldn't call it a pot pie. It's really just it's a puff pastry. A pot pie is more pie-like an apple pie, pumpkin pie, you know, it's more pie-like crust. This is more of a puff pastry. It's a little chewier, the texture is, it's a little more dense and held together, whereas a pie or a pot pie is a little more crumbly. This is more held together, a little denser and chewier. At least that's the top. Let me try some of the bottom crust. Because the bottom crust looks a little bit more pie-like. Yeah. It still has that chewiness as well. You know, this sounds really good on paper. You know, macaroni and cheese and a pot pie and a pie crust and a puff pastry. In reality, it's very, it may be different in the oven. It very well be. I'm not going to say it isn't, but at least microwave the way I made it, it's all very dense and chewy. Not the macaroni itself, of course, but in all the crust is very chewy and dense. It's not a very good texture to want to eat. It's almost like a croissant or something. You know, if you get a croissant, you know, they're kind of tough and chewy. That's what it kind of reminds you of. The macaroni itself, the cheese is good. It has a good flavor to it. The texture of the macaroni is cooked well. It's a little soft, but it's not like mushy. So that's a good thing. I think it's just the pastry itself mixed with the macaroni and cheese just doesn't work very well. No, this makes it too chewy. Anyway, for me, this is not something I would get again. Again, the flavors are okay. The flavors are fine. It's all about the texture for me, and it's very chewy pastry. I'm still going to give this a 3. Again, the flavors aren't bad. They're just not anything spectacular. And the textures, they're just not textures I would want to eat. But if you don't mind that chewy, tougher pastry, then go for it. You know, you might really like it. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Again, just not something I would buy again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.